Hi everyone, I'm Vivien. Welcome to my channel. I'm so happy today. I have a really honorable guest, another registered Australian MARA agent, Sue Hon, here with us today. Give her a little clap. Yeah. So Sue has been registered migration agent for over 10 years. So Sue, can you share a little bit about yourself with our audience?
Yeah, sure. Hello everyone, and thank you Vivien for having me today.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure to be on your channel.
Yeah, thank you.
As Vivien has mentioned, my name is Sue Horn, and I have been a registered migration agent with my first registration being in 2011. So that means that my MARA registration starts with number 11.
Ah.
So I don't know if everyone knows this, but when you're looking at registered migration agents' MARA numbers, the first two numbers are the year that they first became registered.
Okay, I see. All right.
So we have to go through a re-registration program every year, which means that we have to have a certain amount of study done, and we have to be well behaved.
Yep.
We have to have done all the right things under the code of conduct under which we operate. So,
and of course, obviously you have to have many successful cases to be renewed.
Well, I guess, you know, from being an agent from 2011, I certainly wouldn't still be an agent if I wasn't getting successful cases through. So
you have helped thousands of families to become Australian.
Lots of people, and everyone's journey and everyone's story is very different, even though they might be applying for the same visa. And when you are able to work with them closely, you get to know them well, and it's just a real joy to be able to represent them in their journey.
I know, it become friends with them, especially when they're new to a place as well.
I would say that our name is a family household name in many families and also many businesses. So it's a very, very lovely job. I haven't gotten sick of it yet.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Sue. Yeah, so I know recently the hottest topic for the migration is the Global Talent Independent Visa, which I've been sharing quite a lot in my channel. So today I have invited Sue because there's a little bit update on the policy. So Sue, can you tell us a little bit more about what are the changes on the Global Talent Independent Visa?
Yes. Okay, Vivien. So first of all, you are correct. It is a very hot visa at the moment.
Yeah.
A lot of people trying to jump onto this visa, so the competition is going to get harder and harder. So now, as soon as you can, it's a good idea to get in and get it done. The other thing is that in the current budget, the Australian government has announced 15,000 visas.
Yeah, so it was 5,000 before,
correct,
and it's now 3 times more for this year budget to 15,000.
And so that's for this year. There's no promise that they'll have the same number next year. Could be higher, could be lower. And they may have some room within their scope to adjust if they need a few more or something like that this year as well.
Okay.
That would be their decision. We would not know that answer. So that's why I think it's a good idea to get moving on it if that's what you're interested in.
Yeah, because our Australian budget have been delayed for half a year because of the pandemic. So it was out in October this year.
Correct.
Yeah. So I know that they have there are some latest interesting figures I would like to share with the audience as well, with the number of applications. So I think before the budget was out, there were almost over 4,100 applications already within 3 months from July, because our financial year is from July. And I think, do you think that it's one of the reasons because they are going out so fast, they have to increase the number to 3 times? Possibly?
Yeah, but I think it's also about Australia wanting to attract
the tech talents, highly skilled talent people
into Australia, because there are lots of job losses on the lower level of employment. So I think it's a great idea and a great visa, and it's really rewarding for people who are really,
if you have that talent to help the Australian economy, help training people, to have a better technology future. If this is you can consider this Global Talent Independent Visa. Okay, so Sue, can you tell us a little bit more about the update policy changes as well with the GTI?
Yeah. So the policy changes, one really good one is about the health waiver. The current visa did not have a health waiver requirement in it. So that meant that you didn't have the opportunity to put in a health waiver and to argue your case as to, you may have a disease, or you may be going to need extra medication or something like that in Australia. So you didn't have that opportunity to be able to argue your case. But now this is different. You can. So that policy.
So actually, it's a good news.
That's good
for
news.
applicants. They may concerned about they have pre-existing health condition, which I currently have quite a few people asking me they have pre-existing condition they're worried about. So now you can help with a health waiver to help them get the visa.
Yes, that's
While
right.
previously it may not be able to, but the health waiver is not a guarantee too, right?
It's not a guarantee, but you would have to argue the case, putting in submissions, giving specialist reports, the cost of how much it'll cost for you to be in Australia and being with that disease, and how it has to be controlled, whether it's going to impact on the Australian economy and the health system. So that's what the waiver's about. That gives you that opportunity.
Okay. I know there's a lot of applicants who may have some pre-existing condition, as mentioned, maybe like high cholesterol, diabetes, or high blood pressure, things like that. Those are minor issues, right? Based on your experience,
they're normally quite minor, and they're normally just regulated by medication tablets. They don't have to go to hospital and put on a dialysis machine or something very expensive like that. They're not having cancer treatment and stuff like that. So that is okay.
Yeah. When you say cancer is okay, not doing the treatment is after 5 years.
Normally
after recovered after 5 years, right? Yeah. Then they should be okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Unless you can get a waiver.
Okay. And I think we also have some candidates before may have hepatitis B, Hep B. So some of them are like genetic. Is not they get it, and those clients is also okay as well because they have been monitoring their health issue. So
the other thing I just might like to mention is TB.
TB.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've had a few clients who have had a shadow on their lung come back on their X-rays, and they've had to have ongoing X-rays for a series of months until they can show that it's cleared, or the medical officer can be satisfied that it's not, increasing, or it's not TB.
Okay. So what would be the impact if someone have TB, or will they get a refusal, or will they get approval, or what is the process of waiting?
So they would have to have ongoing tests,
scans.
Yes, scans, and until the medical officer is happy that it's not going to be contagious and harm any of the public of Australia. Yeah. Okay.
So basically, if you are concerned and you don't pass the health assessment, not to worry. It's not a definitely no, but of course we cannot guarantee as well. We have to look at it case by cases. And come to me, and we will do free full assessments for you, not just based on your skill assessment, but also your health condition. And we only take cases that we are 100% confident on taking it. So we will discuss case by case with client, obviously, with your background, and if you have health issues, maybe Sue can help with a health waiver as well to get the approval. Free to contact us for that. Yep. So is there any other changes?
Yes, there is actually.
Yeah.
So there's the subclasses of this visa grouping has actually changed in that there were 2 subclasses, but now there's only 1 subclass.
Okay.
Which may not mean anything to a lot of people.
Yeah. So if people who don't understand what a subclass is, because when you apply Australian visa, there's a subclass. So before, identify like so the Global Talent Independent Visa previously was subclass 124 for offshore and 858 for onshore, so people who are already in Australia. So if you are overseas and applying the Global Talent Independent Visa, the candidates were applying 124, but now they are all into one category now. So they are all applying 858. So this is just the simplifying process. So it's no major changes or will affect the current applicants, because we have ongoing applicants as well. So basically it doesn't impact them at all.
No impact at all on the applicants. It just makes it easier. You can still apply for the visa offshore or onshore at the time of application.
Okay, because most of our clients are offshore, so from overseas. So basically after you granted the visa, they will have a year of time to come and do the landing. They will get the visa granted, and we get the 1 year to land in Australia. So that will still be the same after the 858, combined together?
So that 1 year will be determined by the decision maker, whether it will be 1 year or
longer or less. Yeah. I think previously it was 6 months, but now because of the pandemic, they have give a 1 year time. But that can be
that's the decision of the department.
Yeah,
really.
of course.
But the other thing is, everyone will get that 5 years.
5 years
that
PR.
They can come in and out of Australia. They can continue to live in Australia after 5 years, but they as a permanent resident. But once they leave, they'll have to get a resident return visa to come back in.
After 5 years?
After 5 years.
Okay, it's called an RRV.
So come and go as they like for the 5 years, first 5 years. And they can live the whole life in Australia if they like.
Yeah.
But once they leave, they have to get a resident return visa to come back in.
It's like a renewal, the visa renewal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And alternatively, if you want to, you really love Australia, stay here, obviously, and then you can consider the citizenship, after for 4 years.
So for citizenship, you need to have called Australia home basically for 4 years. The last year before you apply you must have held permanent residency. So anyone coming in on a GTI visa, they will have permanent residency from the day they walk into Australia. So in that situation, after 4 years, they can apply for citizenship. This is the current law. But during those 4 years, they can't have been missing from Australia for any longer than 12 months.
12 months.
And then within that 12 months, in the last year, the immediate year before you apply, you cannot be missing for any more than 3 months, basically.
Okay,
But
very clear.
If someone wants more information on that, I'm happy to talk to them and give them some advice.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people are planning, slowly moving here. So I think they will give them an idea, how much they need to stay to obtain the citizenship as well.
We do citizenships, and it's just like an honour to be able to take someone right through to that Australian citizenship to complete their dream.
Yeah. I heard it takes about 18 to 24 months now to get the citizenship now. From the day they start applying, right?
So we're actually not finding that at the moment. We're finding it's about 8 to 10 months at the moment.
Okay.
But what happens is you'll have to do a citizenship test.
Yeah, I know there's a test now.
and be interviewed.
Yeah.
And on that day you do that, normally they'll tell you whether you've passed or not.
Yeah.
So then you may have a so you're basically approved as a citizen, but you've got to go and take your oath.
Yeah.
And to take your oath, you have to wait for a ceremony. So you might have to wait until the next ceremony, which could take quite a few months.
Yeah, it's different to my time now. If people have followed my channel, I've been here for 32 years. So 30 years ago, it's very simple. But now I know there's tests you have to pass. And then I think because one of my friends from Sydney, she was living in Sydney, and she told me she took her 18 months to get her citizenship just this year.
Wow.
Yeah, I think because there's a lot more people in Sydney. And different council, they have to wait, as you mentioned, the oath. Yeah, so different. Even if you live in different area, different council, it takes different time. If there's more people in your area, it will take longer. This is why I said previously 18 to 24. But if you say 8 to 10 months, maybe based in Brisbane, it will be quicker. We have less people here.
I think, and also that's without the ceremony, right? That's the approval.
My friend did the online ceremony because of the pandemic.
Oh, yes.
So she did it in June this year.
And also, you can contact your local council and tell them that you want to have a citizenship. Would they do a private one?
Okay.
Occasionally, some other smaller councils will do that.
Yeah. But obviously, get your PR first before thinking of the citizenship, because policies always changes. So the process is here like that, but it doesn't mean it will be the same 4 years later, right?
With that test, you have to get 75%. But there's five value-based questions you have to get 100% on. And you can practice the test. Practice test.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
But as you said, PR has to come first.
Yeah. So if you're interested in the Australian permanent resident, before getting citizen, you must become a permanent resident first. So don't hesitate to contact us. And there's some latest statistic about the GTI numbers. So we mentioned earlier that they have increased 3 times this year. So we don't know whether they will have the same quota for next financial year. So policies can be changed all the time.
Correct.
Yeah. And we're getting higher and higher standards of applicants as well. it's not just us, it's not just our clients, but also the department is getting higher. So I want to share some figures here with you. So up until now, we got some latest figures. There's over 7,000 applications already for GTI this year. So and only over 2,000 got invited, and then over 1,000 were rejected. So what happened to the others, Sue?
I think the others are probably in there still. These numbers came out from the department, and I think the others, maybe they're still in there deciding whether they're going to, maybe they're not as highly qualified as some of the others. Maybe they're thinking about whether they're going to refuse them or
invite them.
And I guess the thing is, the more and more people who get on board with this, the bigger the competition. So the department officers are probably thinking about, what other ones they've got to look at, that may be of better quality, because they've got the number of 15,000 that they can let in. That means that they have to think really wisely about it, I guess.
Okay.
Compared to when it was new, and they didn't have any numbers and they were encouraging people to apply.
Yep.
It is really a hot topic now. It's very, very.
And I think because we have been having 100% successful way with all our candidates. So I think there's another issue. It's like a lot of those people who may be pending now, they have lodged their applications themselves, which sometimes they don't know exactly what needs to be presented, because most important is why we're doing it is a presentation. Yeah,
that's true, because the case officer does not know you. They don't have the joy of meeting you. They don't see the love in your eyes for the work that you do, and they don't see how genuinely intelligent you are, what the good work is that you've done in your field. So that has to be really, really portrayed very, very well, so that you're well covered. And this is an issue across lots of visa categories, to be honest.
Yeah, not just GTI. Yeah,
but this is really important in this particular case, because they're looking at the work you've done and how highly qualified you are and talented you are. Really.
So Sue has have many experiences, presenting for clients and writing up what exactly the officers are looking for as well.
Yes,
yeah, and based on my experience as well, a lot of GTI candidates come to me in the first instance. They send me their CV to look at. I think because a lot of my clients are from the IT industry, it's quite interesting. IT people, they may think differently from what a GTI officer is looking for. So a lot of time they write a very, very long CV, very technical, which normal people may not understand. So
technical, but also full of acronyms and stuff like that.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah. But because with my experience, I've read so many CVs now. It's like I'm a global talent recruiter for Australia now. So I read many of these CVs now, and I can tell the potential whether this client is eligible or not. Of course, at the end, the registered Mara agent will do the final assessment as well. Yeah. So when I read through it, I will consult if I see there's something need to be updated on the CV or how to improve it. That I know. I also understand what the GTI was looking at and get a quick, eligible for full assessment as well. So I always help clients to, review their CVs and update as well. Of course, not all clients are like that, but there are quite a couple of numbers are like that. And then after they revise based on my recommendation, we fully assess it very quickly. It helped the process as well. So this is why you need professional advisors, and rather than you just do it on your own. And if you presented what you originally presented to me, to the officer, then you may get a pending response that will never get a reply from the department as well.
I think also people don't generally like writing about themselves. They find it difficult. And
as Sue mentioned, the applicant standards are getting higher and higher. So if we assess you now, you're eligible this month, it doesn't mean you're eligible for next month. Yeah. So if you're really keen on applying the GTI for this year or this financial year, this year is close to an end, and we have been very happy helped many candidates this year. So if you're interested for next year now, I would say next year, because the department is closing their office between 23rd of December to the 8th of January as well. So no one is working during that time in Australia in the department office. So if you're interested to look for the GTI for next year in 2021, please come and contact us. My contact details are below. I'll put my contact details below, and you can contact me via my contact details. So do you have any other things you would like to say, Sue?
No, I'd just like to say that I'm looking forward to assessing the
helping more people
and
to get their PR. Okay, all right.
Dreams come true.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So thank you for watching us. If you like this video, please remember to like it and subscribe my channel and ring the bell button. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.